All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here, we're live, we're taking your questions. So if you got them, get them in that chat box there, wherever the hell it appears on whatever device you're actually on. Going to try to answer them. Let's see. We're going to go away an Air Blaster jacket. That's the grand prize today because no one won it last month when I did a live stream. Sorry, I haven't done anything since then. Got the COVID, got my dog spayed, dealt with a bunch of stuff. So yeah. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, we owe letters a spin already because we got one super chat in. Damn, wheels flying. Lose a turn, of course. That's just how we like to start things off. All right, and just a heads up because some people have been asking about what I've been working on lately. So the big project right now is finishing up cutting apart all these pants for all the different tests, all the shitty pants. I'm working on that. I've got about 5 hours of footage that I've filmed, and I got to go through and still film like another 3 or 4 hours. So yeah, and yeah, so we got that going on. I had COVID. I had Omicron BA5 or whatever the fuck they call it. That was fun. And then I got my dog spayed. It's actually why I didn't get on so fast. I had to go feed her a tranquilizer. She was not having it. So, but just keeping my dog doped up so I can do live streams. That's where we're at. Anyways, get those questions in the chat. We're going to try to do it. We got our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine, in here. And let's see what we got here. See if I missed anything. Don't think so. So we got Milo asking, do you think the Nidecker Supermatic at $400 are worth the price? Or do you think flow bindings are just as good? Flow bindings are different. Like they're two different bindings. They really function completely different. At $400, if you were really on the fence about thinking about like you were going to go a step on or with that bullshit clue thing or whatever, it's a better option than that, in my opinion. What I like is you're not limited on boot choices. I like the fact that it does function like a regular binding for the most part. There's things I don't like. That will actually be the first review for when we go to daily reviews starting September 1st. So that will be the first review. And as you can see, I've got stuff already scheduled. So I think like the end of the first week in September already. I was actually editing GNU boards right before this. So yeah. All right. We got Francois Seguin, spin for slim. Oh God, life's been good this summer. Haven't gotten any weird cracked out messages from that dude. Ooh, spin again. Spin again. You lose. So close to you win. All right, Centauri 2410. Hey, Avran, what's the best way to train in the off season other than weights, cardio, stretching, etc.? What else? Will a balance board or riding a longboard help? Don't ride a longboard. Go on the balance board. That will really help. Otherwise, you could just sit around, wallow in your own self-pity, watch a bunch of YouTube videos, hate your life. Those are all viable options. So, yeah. Also, I want to give a shout out to our boy, Ahmed Ali. He's going through some shit. He reached out to me today. Looks like he's going to be losing his spleen. And since I have no spleen, he reached out to me, but he's dealing with some shit. So I just wanted to give him a shout out if he's tuned in or if he watches this later. He's been a good supporter for the last few years. Just sucks to hear that he's got pancreatic cancer and stuff. So, all right. We got a super chat from Billy Ray Valentine. RIP L Stackers Adventures. RIP plus TJ, Chris, Andreas, and Kevin. Make the Spoice Boys. Rest in peace, L Stackers Adventures. Smash like. I unbanned L Stacker just to see what would happen. Someone's going to tell him at some point. Oh, shit. Billy Ray, you won yourself a jumbo sticker pack. You know the drill. For anyone that wins, all you got to do is email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com with your mailing address, and I'll drop that in the mail. All right. And we got Beziums. Hey, Avran, I'm planning a surprise trip for the missus, but I'm split between a few different resorts. What would you recommend between Whistler, Jackson's Hole, Telluride, Snowbird, and A Basin? it's not much of a surprise to go to A Basin. You know, there's no amenities at all. It's a ski hill. You're going to be staying about 7 to 10 miles away at the closest, unless you stay in Keystone. Keystone's still about 5 miles. Then you're staying at Keystone. Ugh, might see Jonathan Buckhouse and contract the HIV. But that would not be a place I would go. Telluride's off the beaten path. They do have a town. That would be really cool. Whistler's blown out. Plus, you know, you might see Andreas up there, and that kid sucks. Jackson Hole's always cool. Snowbird is cool if you're staying in the canyon at Snowbird, but if you're staying down in Salt Lake and commuting up, that can be a real bitch. So out of those options, I would either go Jackson Hole or Telluride. Man, let's give you a spin, sir. Ooh, support the Shred Foundation, which actually Danny and I have started talking about the second annual Shred Foundation fundraiser. So we're going to be getting prizes ready for that. There's some cool stuff. And I think we're going to extend the window instead of it being like a 2-week window. I think we might do like about a month just to donate for that. And then there'll be raffle prizes and other things going on. So we got to talk with a few other sponsors about things. But yeah, we got that. Also, little story. So while I was away from the last live stream, I got this random email from a kid that lives up here. And he's like, hey, man, long shot. I'm looking for an interior plane project, Honolulu. Do you have one you would sell? And I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I got 2 of them. I was like, I don't really want to sell them because I like the graphics, but they're wall hangers. I was like, well, so I hit him back and I was like, yeah, hey, I've got a Sin Eater 154. You know, it's probably got 15, 25 days, something like that on them. You know, then I don't hear anything back from him. Then I hear something. Then I got the COVID. So we're going back and forth. So I was like, make me an offer, right? So he offers me $250. And I'm like, I sell all snowboards for $150. So I was like, counter offer. And I was like, I want $100 donated to the Shred Foundation. You're going to give me a $25 gift certificate to Castaways Cove, 2 cupcakes from Clint's, a stuffed chocolate chip cookie from Mountaintop Cookies, and you got a Rockin' Angry sticker on it. Done deal. But the kid, I think it like blew his mind that I was just like, yeah, dude, I don't care. I get so much stuff given to me or for free, and I've got all these snowboards laying around. I'd rather see people doing donations and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool just to see that he did donate $100 to the Shred Foundation in the off season. So yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, good question from Brandon. Are you doing a fart vent test for the pants? No, because I don't want to put my ass in any of this crap stuff. Like, I'm afraid that I would catch a case of the downs if I did. If you guys want to see something cool here, though, this is what's left of the dope snow pants. I went a little ham on them and kind of cut them apart, like really split them down the middle and took everything. They have the weirdest DWR coating I've ever fucking seen. So it looks like it's a 3M vinyl sticker that was applied to the material before they cut it. And then they put extra down the seam. So it's like, it's not a critically taped seam, but it's this weird cover shit that isn't impregnated into the actual material. It's underneath it. So if it ever separates, it's going to be this layer where water is going to build up in between. But it's just so weird. Like, it's just so cheap. Like, they actually had some better stitching than I thought compared to some of these other crap ass things that I pulled apart. But yeah, the dope snow stuff. It's still for what you're paying, you're overpaying. It's crap compared to like $100, $120 pant. I mean, last month on Amazon, you could find the Volcom Chino pant, their base model pant, for like $57. And I think that's 2020 rated or something like that. It's crazy. So, all right. Peter Dabrowski, did you get a chance to test the Jones tweaker for this fall? I love to carve, hit small, medium jumps, and side hits Also trying to work on buttering, so looking for a twin board for that. Yeah, I wrote it. I mean, if you like to carve, you're not going to want to ride that. That board's got a weird flex pattern. It wasn't fun. There's better boards from Jones. I'd rather ride a mountain twin than that. Like, that thing was so. All right. Oh, this is a good question from Tibby TT. What are the defects on B grade boards? Are they worth a look or just spend the bit extra for full quality? It depends. But I know that our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine, can attest to buying B grade GNUs and stuff. A lot of that, especially if it's like a GNU and Mervin, I've noticed this. It's like they'll have a dimple in the top sheet or like a dimple on the nose in the non-effective riding area. And all that is the cassette didn't get cleaned before they put everything in to press it. And that's what it is. I've seen with like Burton and stuff, sometimes like the graphic is off center, or like the color way is different on something. By and large, most B grades, if they're actually being sold, you're not going to notice anything wrong with it. I know the one time we had B grades at the one shop I worked at. And so we were trying to find where it was. And finally I figured it out. So like where the seam, where the edge comes together, instead of it being relatively close, it was a little bit wider. And I looked at that and it was on the tail. And I was like, man, you're going to have to ram that thing to separate it. And so they were in really, really good shape for what they were. So yeah. All right. Why are you on YouTube? Spin for rain, RIP, our lakes and rivers. Yeah, it's raining right now here, actually. Evidently, Colorado's part of the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. Support the Shred Foundation, people. Okay. Ted G. Hey, Angry. Thanks for doing live streams in the off-season. No worries. Between boards, 170 pounds, 10 boot, East Coast, all mountain, side hits, trees, small park. Features custom, mountain twin, or algorithm. I'm not a big fan of the custom. I think it's kind of mountain twin will have the best edge hold out of those three for the East Coast, but it won't have the best pop. The best pop's going to come from the algorithm, but you're going to sacrifice a little bit of the edge hold on there because you're not going to have that magnet traction right underfoot to have that grip. But I really love the way that thing just snaps and pops. I think between the two, you really got to ask yourself, do you need more edge hold or do you need a little bit more snap? And then it's going to come down to the mountain twin or the algorithm. Mountain twin for more edge hold, algorithm for more snap. All right. All right, we got a super chat from Drew Gallagher. Bro, thanks for all the snowboard love and the hookup at Copper this year. So damn cool of you to do. Hands up, emoji. All right, well, you're welcome for the hookup. It wasn't anything. I let him use my parking pass. Pray to the altar of snowboarding, people. Murdoch, dope snow is a no-go. Where the fuck you been, buddy? I've been saying that for like 2 years now. Fuck that brand. All right, we got Emilio Carrizales. Hi, Avran, looking at a volume shifted board for next season. Would a 5354 be too small if I weigh 225 pounds? Don't trust the size charts. Looking at the backslash, Super Pig, and maybe the new Arbor Satori. You could actually go smaller on the Super Pig. You could go down to the 51. Backslash 53 is pretty much ideal. I don't think you want to go to the next one down. The Satori, yeah, 53, 54 should work for you. You're spot on. You'll be fine on that. So, yeah. Okay. Next question comes from Dead Stalin. Thinking about getting a Capita Black Snowboard of Death this season. Any major changes since last season's model? Oh, yeah. The flex is completely different. So they took last year's flex and the way it rode and melded it with the previous year's flex. And you got this happy medium between the two. It's more approachable. It carves phenomenal. Like, I think I actually have the review scheduled for early September for it already because that board was fucking amazing. to get on. It was so much better than last year's. It was more approachable. They just torsionally softened it up so you can really torsionally twist it and drive that board the way you need to. It was absolutely amazing. Jason, ever considered coming down under to Australia? No, there's too much shit in a 5-foot radius that can kill me. All right. Okay. We got Frank Frankerson. Is the East Coast that bad? I lived there for 22 and a half years, and I have no ambition to go back. Every time I go back and ride it, I'm very depressed. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just not saying it's good. For what I want to do, I want to smash pow and live out west and have sunshine. If I wanted doom and gloom, I'd live in New York and ride 750 vertical feet and deal with rain and shit. It's just how it is with climate change and everything. The seasons are getting shorter over there. It's not exactly what I want and the style of riding I want. That's why I moved west. Some people like it. I do miss the food, though, but I don't miss being fat. I haven't had a good slice of pizza out west in 20 years. Pray to the altar of snowboarding. Rod Kings, Rome Katana or Jones Mercury for a War Pig? I would do the Katana just because you got that mini disc on there, so you're going to get more lateral play for that War Pig, which makes it a little more playful. Plus, with that asymmetrical heel cup, you can really leverage your weight on the outside for presses a lot easier, whereas the Mercury is going to be more rigid and it's going to give you more drive. It's cool with the skate tech because the toe to heel power is there, but you lose that lateral play. Okay. Anyways, I know more people have just tuned in, so if you're just tuning in, get your questions in the chat wherever. Super chats get a spin of the wheel. We're giving away a Air Blaster mid-layer jacket thingy, like a mini puffer. So we got that. All right. Jeffrey Chu. Hey, Avran, looking at getting a 2023 algorithm. Any changes from last season? Graphic. All right. All right. Evan Woolley, what's the longest, stiffest twin you can think of? Riding a 173 Battalion Stallion, which I love, but the raised contact points can get sketchy on hard pack at high speeds. Something in that range in a twin. I think you'd be looking at the Burton Custom, but that, Custom X. I think they make the Custom X up in like the high 60s still. So there's that. There might have been something from Rosinal, like maybe the Juggernaut goes that big. I feel like there's one from them that goes that big. And then also I think the Libtech TRS goes really big this year, like 69 wide. Can't remember off the top of my head, but they twinned it up and made it more like high-end freestyle. So Cameron Holmrast, thoughts on Strafe and True Outerwear, both direct-to-consumer brands. They're ski brands. They are literally ski brands. True gave up on anything for snowboarders. Strafe has always been a ski brand. Why are you looking at ski shit? Don't wear ski shit. Fuck you. See you wear that, I'll spray your ass. Okay, we got JT Sup Angry. I got a 159 Battalion Evil Twin, and I'm looking for bindings to pair with it. Can you recommend a middle-of-the-road do-it-all that fits well with that thing? Are the now IPOs a good choice? IPOs are a good choice, but you probably want to bump up to the Select Pro, in my opinion. That'd be a little bit better. Rome Katana, DOD, Battalion Astro, your choice on ASIM or full wrap. That would be a good one as well. Union Strata, K2 Formula, Bent Metal Transfer. Those are all solid options for you. All right. All right. Got a super chat from Stuff I Find Interesting. I'm doing better post-op with this knee surgery. PT is going well. I got permission to start back with a balance board. I'm looking forward to winter. Fuck yeah, dude. Don't skip on the PT. Also, collagen peptides are your friends. So I use the Vital Proteins, collagen peptides. You can get them at Whole Foods or off Amazon. Get them in pill form. It's easier to take than powder. But that does help with the recovery. All right, next random question gets a spin. All right, let's see what we got here. It's actually a really funny question from Jay Morin. Are you a kook if you're out there spraying other boarders learning? No, you're a fucking asshole. There's a difference. See, you only spray if they're in the beginner area and they're learning and they're doing their thing and they're not going in the park, getting in the way, thumbjacking their queef holds, standing in the landings and stuff. No, they're fine. If they're a beginner and they fucking falling leaf down a super steep run, yeah, fucking spray their ass. They made the wrong turn. They thought they could handle something they couldn't. Yeah, they deserve it. But if they're in a beginner area, they're family fun zone, whatever, and they're just fucking learning, leave them be. You know, if anything, you should be popping backside 180s off your toes or doing like a nose roll or doing like a sideways nose butter and looking at them and point and be like, you got this. Stoke them out with your ability level, showing them something that they could eventually do. That's what you need to do. But if they're doing something that's bonehead shit, like standing in the landing of something, you know, spray the fuck out of them. Pray to the altar of snowboarding. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we got Fletchtown, like the sound of the new Black Snowboard to Death. Will you get to ride any 2023 Amplit boards? If so, which ones? So I've ridden the Singular, the Ticket, the Spray Tray, and the Snowmalier. So there's 4 of them that I rode, which those reviews will start dropping, or I have them scheduled with premieres. So for most, starting to at least. So those will be out there. All right. We got Hamster Cool Bean with a super chat. Recommendations for 2 Japan boards, like boards that you would only buy in Japan, or 2 boards to go to Japan. I'm assuming you mean 2 boards to go to Japan with. So you want like a big gun. You want that big swallowtail. So you're looking at like your Amplit Snowmalier, your LibTech Retro Ripper, Endeavor Archetype to a point, Rosinal XV, you know, it's just one of those big power boards. Then if you're going into like some place that's a little more flat, you want your volume shifted swallowtail, so or something similar like that. So you're looking at like a Telos backslash, Ride Super Pig, even a Mountain Pig to an extent. You know, like Spring Break Powder Racer or a Tree Hunter, something along those lines. Like you want to find something in there. So you want to have like your short wide and your long and tall. So those would be like the 2 options that I would recommend for you. Ooh, beware of frostbite too. All right. Well, out of 92 votes, yeah, for a Sunday night live stream, 83% of you said yes, 16% said no. So I guess this Sunday, maybe 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I will do something. Hopefully that will help some of the Euro people if I do it a little bit later. All right. We got Joe X with the super chat. There's a lot of fat people out here, and you railed it. I want to hit the West at least once in my life. Grow up in Powell Woods. Miss those days. Thanks, man. No worries. Everyone should try to go west and ride at some point. I am working on, we're calling it Demos and Dogs, tentatively. I got to talk with some more of my reps to dial in the dates, but hopefully I will be able to set up like a free demo with a few different brands at Copper Mountain. I'll be there to just make laps with people. Might talk to Tommy B about coming over. I know he'll be recovering. Maybe just to talk to people about like ways to improve the riding, because I know he's not going to ride much this year. And we're just going to make it a free day community event. Come hang out. You know, I know this local dude that makes pizza hit me up. I need to get over to a farmer's market to try his pizza, but he was like, he wanted to submit some pizza and stuff, and I got to talk to my friend at Schaller and Weber and maybe get some brats and stuff. But I want to just do like a community building event where people can come out, try a bunch of stuff for free, make a couple laps with me, and be on a weekend probably. I hate weekends, but that's what we do. And it would just be a thing for all you guys to come out and ride. So maybe you can make it to one of those. I don't know. So, all right. Oh, where are we going? Oh. Oof, lose a turn. That's rough. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Gingerboard Man V2. In-laws are thinking about doing a trip to Breck next year. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Riding weekdays and avoiding spring break. Is it as bad as people make it out to be? New England rider who's never been out west. So here's the thing. If you can go midweek and time it so that you're not hitting like Martin Luther King or any major weekend midweek, the only thing you got to worry about then is what it's Lifestyles Condoms has this thing called Lifestyles Group where they bring up like a couple thousand college kids every week. If you can time it in between one of those things, you'll have a good time. And even if they are here, if you go early in the morning, they're usually too fucking hungover to make it to the hill, so they don't even show up till like noon or 1 o'clock, and then they're done by like 4. Drop my cap. But if you can do that, you can. It's not too bad. Sorry, I got to rehydrate. Went to the gym today. It's also really hot in here. Like really hot. These lights are killing me. But yeah, midweek. It really depends. The best thing I can tell you is call the ticket booth window. Like call the Breckenridge ticket booth window. And just be polite if you get through to them and just be like, hey, I got a question. Ask them, and I would do this about October-ish. Ask them what their past day ticket sales look like or 5-day tickets look like, or if they know what groups are coming when, so you can try to avoid them. That's kind of the key right there. So, yeah. All right. Drew Wisner, a long time since I've tuned in. Hope you are keeping on. I'm still alive. I haven't died yet. Under mysterious circumstances. I did see the Jonathan Buckhouse pedophile creeper RV today in Breckenridge. That thing. Swear to God, that thing's going to steal your children. It's got the Buckhouse stickers down the side of it. Ugh. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Mainly just hide your kids. Whew. Oh, it bounced back. Lose a turn. Morrison Batang Jr. Hey, Avran, is the flex on the new shadow band really that soft? It's not soft. It's got less carbon in it than the algorithm. That's the difference. So you change the carbon array, you pull the carbon out of the sidewall on it, so it's not as snappy. It's still a middle of the road flex. It's just got a better flex point in the tip and the tail for locking into presses. It's a more approachable algorithm, in my opinion. Realistically, it rides like an old Ride DH2 from like 07, 08. Those boards were absolutely phenomenal to ride. They had a ton of snap in them, but they were just easy to press when you needed them to. That's what it rides like. I like this actually more than the algorithm. Otherwise, it's the exact same shape and side cut and camber profile as the algorithm. So, yeah. All right. Brandon, hey, Angry, 165 wide, Capita Black Snowboarder to death. Do you think that's too big for me? I'm 170 pounds with a size 12 boot. I have a 159 spring break powder twin, looking for an all-mountain bomber from the top board with maybe one park lap. I mean, that's a little overkill, 65. Wouldn't you be better going down to like the 61? I think there's a 61 wide. Something like that. That just 65 wide, that's fucking overkill. Overkill. All right. Let's see. Peter Dabrowski, really like what I've seen from Amplit. Are there any smaller new snowboard manufacturers that you're hot on? The big one for me right now is Nerd Snowboards. Their boards are built by GP87, but they're local to me. I actually remember when my friend Jordan and Kevin that used to help me and my friend Marcus were all talking about doing it. They finally did it. The Superposition is an absolutely fucking phenomenal, like resort carving all mountain freeride board. I love the way that thing rode. It was phenomenal. I didn't want to get off of it. Been big on that. There's this little company that I've been keeping an eye on called Slideshow Snowboards out of Idaho. They make like carving pow boards. You know, they're kind of like a take on Karua. So I've been keeping an eye on those. I really want to ride one. I'm probably just gonna have to fucking buy one and do it. Otherwise, you know, there's a few out there that I kind of like keep my eye on, and then they post or say something stupid on Instagram, and I'm like, well, you're fucking dead to me. So. All right. All right. Or Ian, think you will review the new powder racer? No, I didn't get one. They didn't have so C3, when I hit them up to get Union and Capita and Spring Break stuff, they are not like producing huge demo fleets at that time of the year for their reps and stuff. So I was able to get a Slush Slasher, but there was no powder racer. Maybe if my friend Kobe gets one, I'll be able to get on one, but I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. All right. Brandon, spin for more horsepower. Oh, you want horsepower? You get horsepower. That thing's angry. That's real angry. That's real angry. Ooh. Right. Well, fire cures all. Henry, what are some good bindings to pair with a Solomon Huck knife, preferably in the $200 to $300 price range? Rome Vice. You could go with a Ride C6. It's actually not that bad of a binding for that board. You could pick up like probably a Nitro Team, maybe a District from Solomon. The bent metal action will work with the K2 formula. And yeah, I think that gives you more than a few options for that one. Okay, Adrian Ellis. I want to try out some Rome bindings. Which pair is the same flex feel to the forces respects? Closest feel to that will probably be the DOD, which is fine. But if you're coming off of a force, just understand the disc and the feel underneath. It's gonna be a little more lively on there. I would also look at the Vice too, as well. Okay. Jason Harker, thoughts on the Burton leaderboard? I really don't have many thoughts on Burton these days because, well, they're doing a whole bunch of bonehead shit and no one wants to give me any product to fucking ride, so fuck them. I just don't give a fuck anymore. Until they decide that they want to fucking send me shit, I'm not going to go out of my way. And the fact that one of my local shops, Powder Tools, shout out to Bernie and Baby Gorilla up there and Thunder Cheeks, does not carry them anymore. In fact, their whole company just stopped carrying Burton because they're doing bonehead stupid shit. So I just don't give a fuck. Probably won't ride it. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing something here. Justin G. Hey, dude, saw your review of the Dynamo and I'm sold. Would Stratas pair up well? Stratas will work on that board, but you might be better off going to a Felcore, just something a little stiffer if you're going more free ride. If you're looking for a little more all mountain, then yes, the Stratas will work perfectly fine with that. Beziums with the super chat. I bet you could get Casey to go to Copper as well if he's in the country, if he's not off surfing. I haven't talked to him in a couple months. Still owes me a snowboard to ride too. What do we got? Ooh, beware of frostbite. Oh, wait, it's bouncing. Support the Shred Foundation. Support the Shred Foundation. Great foundation. Shredfoundation.org. Also, for anyone that's looking for content for snowboarding to watch, check out the mystery link of cultural relevance down below. That should give you something to satiate you. And since we're talking about cultural snowboarding right now, has anyone been following Instagram, specifically Jeremy Jones, formerly of Forum, Gibber Jeremy Jones, Kurt Heine, MacDog, McIntyre, Caleb Flowers, and all those guys? Looks like they're testing some Forum boards up at Mount Hood. The word is that they're like a middle-of-the-road flex. They're pressed at the mothership, which is Capita's factory over in Europe. And it looks like they're kind of getting the band back together like the old Forum guys, because Peter Line was also spotted riding them. So this is real interesting stuff. I think we're at a good point in snowboarding where if Forum did return and it was done right, it could be a real thing. So I'm curious. That's about all the information I know. I've reached out to my sources that have worked with Forum in the past. Everyone's kind of been like, yeah, it's kind of back. Can't say anything else. Wink, wink, nod, nod. And I'm like, okay, we'll talk more in the fall. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we got a super chat from Michael Kulig. Black snowboard of death or aviator for hard packed bombing hills on the man-made natural snow we get. I think the aviator would be a little bit better than the black snowboard of death just for where you ride in the mid-Atlantic, and talking with you in the past. I think it's just going to have a little bit more edge hold. I think both boards are absolutely perfect for it, especially if we're looking at the 2023 black snowboard of death. The 2022 would probably be a little bit overkill, but since they pretty much merged the 2021 to the 2022 for the 2023, I know that's a mouthful right there. It seems to work that way, but I would probably push you a little bit more towards the aviator, especially knowing that you've got a K2 subculture that you're coming off of. I think that would be a good next step for you. Jay Ellis, who's ready to be nuts to butts opening day on those opening day lines? I go to A Basin. I don't know what you people are talking about. I rolled up for opening day this year, and I think I waited in line for 15 minutes at the start, and then I was just able to get right on, made about 10 laps and left. Must be going to a Vail resort. Also, I owe Michael Kulig a spin. Let's give him a spin. Woo, drink your Zima, people. Haven't had that one in a while. Ezekiel Chentnik, any practical advice for off-season exercise or practice? Balance board, low weight, high repetition, exercise bike, build your cardio up. Do not skip your core workouts, especially anything that builds up the hip flexors and the strength around that and your core muscles. Also, remember to build up your shoulder capsules, because if you slam into a tree or you have to basically drop your shoulder into a skier to save yourself, it will protect you. Don't drink too much booze. Drink plenty of water. And yeah, that's kind of everything I got there. Ooh. And remember, summer tourists are the worst. Fucking summer tourists are the worst. Okay. F Law, you mentioned the Rosinal XV. Did you get to ride the new 2023 XV? Seems like they're completely changing the core flex, etc. No serrated edges this year. I didn't because there was only 3 of them in the United States. We tried to get me one on numerous occasions, and then Rosinal, one of the guys at Rosinal was like, we need to get angry stuff. And so I was talking to my local reps and everything, and they're like, hey, they're going to send a box to me for me to give to you. And I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. If that's what they want to do. Right. So I go to meet up with my rep. He's got the box. We cut the box open because we don't know what's in it. Fucking split boards. And I was like, dude, why did they send me split boards? I don't ride fucking split boards. Like, we told them specifically, do not send split boards. They put a women's board in there. I was like, what the this is like just leftover shit. So I'm hoping in November, my local rep, Nick, great dude, just had a kid. Shout out to him. I'm hoping Nick will have one, and I'm going to get on it because I'm really curious how that's going to ride with the changes in it. So, yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. Carson Monroe, do you rip mountain bikes in the summer? No, man. The last time I rode a mountain bike, this happened. That look normal to you? I can't ride a bike. I can't ride a motorcycle. I can't do anything. My wrist can't handle a throttle or a hand grip anymore. It'll pop right out. All right, we got a super chat from Joe X. What would be the best board for charging on the East Coast? I've watched a lot of your vids, and I keep coming up, and you keep coming up with better ones each time. So, unfortunately, this is going to suck for you. I wrote 136 products for review, and I wrote a lot of free ride boards this year. And there's going to be a lot of new ones that I'm really digging lately. Like Mervin's got some good stuff. You can't go wrong with a Ride Berserker, which I know you have, even a Commissioner to an extent. They're redoing the XV from Rosinal, so that's one that I've got my eyes on. Amplit's got a bunch of stuff in there. Like, you could do like not the Singular. What am I thinking of? Brain farting here, but Amplit's got a bunch of stuff like the Soly Grail, and there's another one in there. But the Black Snowboard to Death, the Kazoo, if you're going with the Capita, even Battalion and their new Plus line of stuff, like there's some beefy ass shit in there. Those things really surprised me with how burly they were when I rode them. Nidecker's got some stuff as well in there. I mean, best thing I can do is tell you is you're going to end up with analysis paralysis. So here's what I suggest you do. You're going to give yourself 3 options. That's it. You're going to make that pick either on Black Friday or before Black Friday. That's it. And so leading up to Black Friday, that'll give you September, October, and most of November for the reviews to drop. And I'm scheduling stuff out there. And that's going to really let you choose and pick wisely. Another one that I would look at would be the Karua Pencil Plus, which I do have that review up. So right now, I'd say you're in a safe mode. But in another 2 months, you got to be doing your research. You're only going to give yourself 3 options. And then if you're still stuck, you can ask me a question and I'll help you with it. And if you're new here, remember to subscribe. So for all you new people tuning in, if you got a question, get it in the chat box wherever it appears on your device. Super chats do get a spin of the wheel. We got our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine, in here. So be nice to him or he'll be mean, and I don't really care. Patrick, best tune shop in Summit that can give me a crosshatch pattern. Was thinking Montserrat, but didn't know if they actually had a big machine or not. Montserrat, Pups Glide Shop, Lone Star Sports. Those are the 3 that, well, and there's the Ski and Golf Tune Shop that's over by it's across from the Walmart in Frisco as well. Those would be the 4 shops down here that I would talk to. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Let's find another question. All right. Billy Ray Valentine, spacing at the basin, smash like people. Christ, I got my 160 wide LibTech BRD already. Rest in peace, L Stackers Adventure. RIP. Hashtag River Dip. Gnarly Charlie's Pizza. That's a lot of PSA in one. Fire cures all. Peter Drabowski. Hey, Avran, you're living in Groundhog Day and you have to ride only one lift forever. Which lift at which resort are you choosing? I'm taking Super B at Copper because I can get to the park, I can get to the backside, I can smash POW, I can smash trees, I can ride the race course, I can get all over that mountain. On top of the fact, one of my laps off that chair is 2.5 miles, and that line includes a traverse, a cornice drop, a gnarly ass goat path line through trees to a cat track gap to side hit central. And if I want to, I can duck in, I can cut into the park, hit the full park, cut back around, groomer lap it all the way back, and cut all the way back across the mountain riding groomers and side hits. So yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see. Okay. Joe X, the Karua Pencil Plus was one I was looking at. But thank you. Well, you got a super chat, so you get and no one cares that you ride a Donic. If someone rides a Donic in here, no one cares. I know I don't. Okay. David Off Black Dynamite. Got here late and checking in. Getting weekly park sessions at Big Snow with the boys and trampoline with the kids on my bounce board at age 35. Sad? No, dude, you're living your best life. That was crazy. I actually got an email from Big Snow. They're doing like monthly passes for $199 for unlimited, I think, or something like that. Or is $250. I can't remember exactly. But if you're near New Jersey and you can get up more than 4 times a month, totally friggin' worth it. Like if I lived in New Jersey, I would be taking advantage of that and just going and shredding the dome every day. I would abuse the living crap out of that every month, and then you can re-up it. I mean, I think there's a $45 fee or something for the card, but it's a one-time fee, and then you can just keep re-upping it. Absolutely awesome. I love what Big Snow is doing and what that's bringing to the East Coast. It's crazy. Ooh, beware of frostbite. All right, let's see. Alvar Carmona, good night from Europe, Avran. Sorry I'm late. Have you already talked about the stupid Buckhouse idea of buying a ski hill? I didn't know his dumbass was trying to buy anything. But when you don't pay your fucking taxes, you always talk about how much more money you have. That motherfucker ain't shit. That dude's poor as fuck. Anything he bought would be an ass. If you really want to talk about a cool little thing, Kingvale Parks. At Kingvale Parks, or it's at Kingvale, whatever it is on Instagram. So Kingvale, for those that don't know, in the mid-2000s was this little resort that popped up in Tahoe. And it's got a rope tow on it. It's back. And they've got a little spot of land. They got a tubing hill and stuff. They just set up a bunch of jibs. I think a day ticket's like $20 or something like that. That is fucking awesome. I'd rather talk about that any goddamn day of the week. The fact that they're partnered with Tow Pro Lifts, which is my friend Will Mayo's company. They do backyard rope tows and stuff like that for you. And he's an engineer. He engineered it perfectly. Like if I owned a chunk of land and could put one on it, I friggin' absolutely would. But King Vale, that's what's cool. Anything Buckhouse does is going to be half-assed, and it's a cash grab that's never going to last. And the people that are going to like it are his little sycophant fanboys that sit around drinking the shit out of his ass. Those are the same stupid-ass people that paid to go to his camp up in fucking Timberline where it snowed the whole time, which I don't even think Timberline knows that he's doing a camp, so that's completely illegal. Fucking fraudulent motherfucker. Pay your fucking taxes and contribute back to the community you live in, motherfucking piece of shit. All that dude does is fucking take. And I love how people will be like, no, he gives back by giving us content. That's his fucking job, you dipshit. Fucking hope you get AIDS and die. This is where I'm fucking at. Like, fire cures all. If he spontaneously combusted, I wouldn't even piss on him to put it out. I'd sit there and watch because it'd be fucking great. This is the most profound statement I've ever seen on here. Why are you on YouTube? Says snowboarders are really just skaters with a spending problem. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Like real snowboarders. Oh my God. Fucking, I remember when I couldn't afford to eat, I'd still buy snowboard gear. Holy shit. That is literally like the most profound statement. And as snowboarders have gotten older, and they're all old skaters that found snowboarding, and now they're like, if I fall on concrete, I'll break my hip, but if I fall on snow and it's powder, it's safe. They spend more on snowboarding than they ever did on skateboarding. It's friggin' absolutely amazing. All right. Okay. We got a super chat from Turkey Local. Can you please help me troubleshoot a little foot pain? I ride regular. My left foot outside of the arch, the part that touches, has been kind of fatigued. Ride lasso heat molded. Thanks for the live. Do you have an aftermarket footbed? Because what's going on, it doesn't matter if you heat molded it. If you're running that stock insole, it's not giving you any foot support in there. So your foot is collapsing and splaying out. So it could be that you need arch support. It could be that you need metatarsal arch support, which is actually the little section right in here on that. And you can actually get like a little aftermarket arch support in there. It could be that. It could be that it's on the outside, so you're pronating. It could be that because you don't have arch support and ankle support, you're pronating, putting pressure on the outside of your foot. It could be that you've got a bunion forming in there. You could have a bone spur. It could be a magnitude of things. But what it probably results from is not having arch support, ankle support. Once you get there, then if you're still having the issues, there's like other tricks that you can do to get things to where you need to be. Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. Okay, let's see. Missing something here. Evan Woolley, why do so many manufacturers make top sheets where the bindings cover the best part of the graphic? So you buy two of them and wall mount one. That's how they stay in business. It's all a scheme. All right, let's see. Okay, Robbie Ashton. Hey, Avran, just looking for a quick comparison. Super Pig versus Ravine Select versus Backslash, and maybe the new Camber Mind Expander. Oh, my God. That's not a quick. That's like in-depth. You got 4 boards on there, bud. You got to narrow that shit down to 2 if you want it quick. Okay. So Backslash and Super Pig, volume shifted. Big time. Those you can drastically downsize on. Now, if we want to talk about flex, we're going to go from stiffest to softest. That's Ravine Select, new Mind Expander Camber, Super Pig, Backslash, and those are relatively close. Now, if we're talking about how they're going to carve, that goes new Mind Expander, Ravine Select / backslash, they're right there in the same bracket, then Super Pig. Now, if we're talking about all mountain versatility, the only one that sticks out the best to me is that Ravine Select. Now, if we want to talk about pop, it goes like this. It goes Ravine Select because of those rods in there. Then it's the Mind Expander Camber / Super Pig. But with the Super Pig and the backslash, most of that pop is coming off the back foot. So what you put in is what you're going to get back out of it. All right. DJ Happy Bird 13. When does your Golden Orca review come out? Probably when they fucking give me one to actually ride. Wait. No, that's Apex Orca I'm thinking about. Golden Orca. I haven't edited it yet. I'm going through GNU, and then I think after GNU, I've got Niche. K2's done. So it'd be Niche. Yeah, so no, wait. Trying to think. Basically, I have 90 more reviews I have to edit. I know that much out of 136. So that's 46 done. Actually, wait, take that back. Might be 47. It might, because I did one today. But yeah, so the Golden Orca review, I'm going to try to get it scheduled sometime probably first half of September. Okay. All right. Kevin with the super chat. Thanks for all you do, Avran. Well, thank you for the super chat, sir. I am just but a man trying to spread my stoke of snowboarding through my no bullshit filter where I'm jaded and angry. And remember to subscribe. Okay, let's see. Dan K, top 3 pizza spots in your East Coast opinion you would recommend in the Frisco area or while heading back towards Denver from Copper. Also, spoil the pup. Well, you want to go to Safeway, and you're going to get yourself a Red Baron, stuffed crust, maybe a DiGiorno. That's just pretty good. Realistically, in the Frisco area, the only thing worth a damn is Spinelli's. And I mean, that's probably the closest to East Coast style pizza you're going to get. I mean, I love the fact in the winter, you open the door and you get blasted with like 130-degree heat coming out that pizza oven. You can smell the mozzarella and you can feel the grease from the fryers. That's probably the closest to it. Otherwise, I really try not to eat in Frisco, like ever. Ugh. There's a lot of bad restaurants in Frisco that I just don't fuck with ever. But Spinelli's is good. Yeah. Beware of frostbite. Oh yeah. I just got to say this to Carrex since he's buying a nerd snowboard and he's dealing with US to Canada shipping and it's brutal. Tell Jordan to make an account on easyship.com. It'll send it like through a third-party shipper. It'll cut the cost by about half on there. It's way easier to ship it that way. That's how I ship stuff international, and I don't get ass raped too hard. All right. We got super chat from Ian. Thank you. Look forward to next season. I think we're all looking forward to next season. It's 118 of you in here watching my ass lose a turn. Jason, angry. I see pretty much all of your board reviews don't have stomp pads on. Do you use them at all? No. I haven't used a stomp pad probably since 1998. Like, no reason to, no need to. I can skate with one foot. Very rarely do I ever encounter a board with a super slippery top sheet. And when I do, I'm like, holy fuck. And even then, I'll just push my back foot right up against my binding, or I'll just step on top of my straps. I don't really care. I don't. the boards I review aren't even mine. Like they all go back to the reps or the marketing departments and shit. I mean, you know, like this stack of boards right here. No stomp pad, 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 no stomp pad. Like, no, like that's not my thing. Never has been, never will be. I'm okay with that. All right. All right. Lost Logics. Tips for preventing pain on the outside of the foot. Got some pain when riding 4 to 5 hours on my left foot. Right foot was fine. Led up after a day. That can be any number of things. That could be that you're using muscles that you're not used to. It could be that you have no arch support cradling the foot on either side. You could need metatarsal arch support. You could have a bunion bone spur forming. You could have broken your foot and never known it until you were actually locked in a confined boot. Your boot could be too packed out. Your boot could be too tight. I mean, the way I would start is pull your stock insole, throw it away, get a good aftermarket insole, then heat, go ride, have that issue, heat mold the liner after that. Have that issue after that, let's try canting the footbed. I am redoing all the boot fitting 101 videos. I only have 12 more left to film. So out of 26 videos, I've done about half of them, and I'm updating all that so that way you guys will all be able to rectify your boot problems and do that. I was never happy with the original Boot Fitting 101. They had audio issues and other stuff. So, yeah. All right. All right. Charles with the super chat. Got a situs footbed in my nitro boots, but I still have problems with cramping in my left foot arch. The problem only happens on my left foot. Right foot has absolutely no problems. What else can I do? Oh, this is an easy one, dude. All right. So you're going to pull that. I want you to pull that insole out of the boot, right? Take a razor knife. Through the arch, you're going to cut a single slit. What that's going to do is allow the arch to compress a little bit. When it compresses, that should alleviate some of the pressure. You're going to go ride, wear them, do whatever, see if that works. If it doesn't, you're going to cut another line below that initial line to compress that arch again. So that's going to slowly compress down, because no 2 feet are the same, and everyone's got one foot that's bigger and has one that has a little bit more arch in it than the other. As we get older, our feet tend to actually get longer and wider only because our arches are collapsing. So our feet are actually splaying out in there. So what's going on more than likely is you have one foot with a more collapsed arch than the other, and that arch support that you have in there from your situs is not giving you enough support, or it's probably giving you too much support. So what you need to do is mellow it out so that way it will cradle in there a little bit better. Hopefully that helps you on that one. Remember to ollie slow signs, people. Ollie slow signs. All right, so we've been here an hour. We've got 120 of you, kind of answered a bunch of questions. If you got questions, try to get them in right now in the chat box, wherever they appear. Super chats do get a spin of the wheel. We're giving away stickers, or you could win like a mid-layer air blaster in extra large. Packet of cereal. Is the versatility of the Yes standard going to be significantly more than the Rome Ravine, or can you really push the Ravine everywhere and be all good? The standard is less directional, and it's a little bit stiffer. There's more snap out of the Ravine initially, but it is softer in that nose, so you do feel that difference in there. Whereas I think the standard is just a little bit beefier underfoot. It just absorbs chatter a little different. They're both solid boards, but the standard is like a little more twin-ish, whereas the Ravine is more directional. So, yeah. Let's see if I missed any questions up here. I feel like I'm kind of getting everything. Oh, don't forget, Black Friday live streamathon event is coming in November. So we will be doing an all-day live streamathon, multiple giveaways, getting all the prizes and everything together. So that's going to be like an all-day thing for you guys, and try to make that super. Do that. I think we're kind of caught up on questions. So if you got them, get them in there. And we're going to go from there. Let's see. Henry asks, what are some nice brands for aftermarket insoles? So I'm a big fan of Remind. I mean, I used to get custom ones made. They work, but Superfeet, as long as you get the actual ones that are designed for snowboarding specifically or winter sports, those are good. Shred soles, like someone I already mentioned, Sidus makes some. Pretty much what you want to be looking at is arch height, the thickness of the footbed, the posting, which is basically what's around the heel and everything in there. So you want to make sure that it's a little more rigid. It does its thing. So there are options for you, and you just kind of got to go in there. I'm trying to slowly get every kind of footbed from every brand, like buy multiples of theirs and then break them down for you guys. So that's just something that's going to take time. Thankfully, Angry Snowboarder VIP helps pay for stuff like that, so they can do that. Also, speaking of Angry Snowboarder VIP, so all the written reviews, I've been dropping one a day for the last couple months on there, and they will go all the way to the end of August. So if you're looking for a review, you're waiting for the video. This is all written, not video, so they're on there. But yeah, so they've also helped fund. I've got some DIY videos like how to P-Tex, how to tune your edges loosely or deburr them, how to re-waterproof gloves. And then I've also working on a series of like what your gear looks like after 100 days. So I'm going to go through like outerwear, pants, bindings, boards, like all my personal stuff, and kind of break down like different accessories and whatnot and how everything looks. So I'm working on that series as well for you guys. I'm putting this motherfucker in timeout. It'll piss me off. You go into timeout. Ugh. Okay. All right. Andrew Wiggin. Avran, do you like Winter Park? Fuck no. Fucking hate that place. I picked up the Icon Pass and so pumped to hit Copper, but I wondered what you thought of the other Colorado resorts on that pass. I fucking hate Winter Park. I don't know which is worse, Winter Park or Keystone. They're both on my shit list. Steamboat's rad. Aspen's awesome. A-Basin, you can't complain. Eldora's close to Denver. I've never been, but I've heard that the park's pretty decent in there. So you got a bunch of options right there. Like I buy the Icon Pass for Copper, and so I can go to Steamboat. The last time I had to go to Winter Park, I didn't even ride. They were doing a demo there. I literally showed up late, walked in, picked up all the shit I needed for testing, put it in a wagon, pulled it to my car. When they told me that I couldn't park my car, they told them to go fuck themselves, loaded my car, and then drove the hour and 15 minutes back to Summit to just get out of that place. I fucking hate that mountain. It's got a shitty layout. Everyone over there is on meth. Like, I'm convinced they're meth or they're closet case cowboys. And it's just like, it's such a fucking weird place. Like, ugh. So. All right. All right. Johnny Desmundo. Angry. I have a 32 Team 2s and I like them. I liked them when they were new, but they broke down fast, like 32s do. Is there anything that is traditional lace and is as stiff but doesn't break down? Yeah, literally anything. Go check out Nitro. Metro's pretty solid. Vans. Some models of K2, because they do still make some lace. Ride also makes some lace boots. Those would be the 4 that I would look at. Okay. Lost Logics. Do you use any safety equipment when riding Avran, or is it Carpe Diem, YOLO for the kids? I wear a helmet. I will always wear a helmet. I've had 23 concussions. I don't fuck around with that. I am one head injury away from being a spunion. Okay. Anthony Hawking. Every discounted boot I find always turns out to be either size 7 or size 15. Just wanted to whine about it. You're not the only one. If you're a common boot size and you see it in September, just fucking buy it. Like I bought, so I knew my boots. So last year at the end of the season, I'd been looking for a set of size 10 Thraxis for me. Found them at Backwoods up in Maine, bought them, had them for the season. I obliterated them. I can't wait to show you guys the video. Like the cable housing for the boa slit and pulled the whole cable completely out, so I couldn't even tie one or tighten one side of it. So anyways, I knew my boots were going to go. I needed to try to get another set of Thraxis. K2 was trying to help me out, everything like that. So my boys up at Powder Tools, I hit them up and I'm like, hey, do you have any Thraxis in? And they're like, no, but let me check the system, see if one of our other stores does. Turns out the Christie/Powder Tools in Dillon has it. I was like, cool, I'm going to go over. Curtis called over and just told him, he's like, hey, he's going to come in and get some. So I walk in and I was just like, they're in the middle of restocking, shuffling stuff. And I was like, hey, man, I don't want to bother you or anything. I was like, if you got a size 10 Thraxis, can you grab it for me? And he's just like, you want to try it on? I was like, fuck, nope, don't need to try it on. I know what it is. I'm going to buy it. So I do it. I get up, I'm ringing it out. And as I'm ringing it out, I was like, just randomly look at him. I was like, by chance, do you have another set of those in the back? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, grab them. I'm going to buy them. 2 pairs of Thraxis, full pop, mid-season. I bought them just to fucking have them. I've got them. And after how this season ended, where I obliterated 2 pairs of boots, like I had my leftover pair from the previous year, I obliterated those by the end of November, swapped over to the new pair, and completely killed those by the first week of May, and had to actually like use the liner from the new one in the old boot just to push through in there. But like, I'm a size 10. That's a very common size. And the Thraxis, they only make like 500 of them globally, you know, because it's not a boot everyone needs to ride. I stick to that theory. And so I bought them so I could have them. Like, you see your size, you don't question it. Like, that's the one piece of equipment you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. That's kind of how it goes. Fire cures all. All right. Zach Trezian, what's the big difference between the Jones Stratus and the new Mind Expander? New Mind Expander is full camber. The Jones Stratus is cam rocker. The Jones Stratus is essentially just a fun-shaped mountain twin. That's really what it is. So it's got a little bit of a different shape to it. In there, the new Mind Expander is more precise, more powerful. It's just a completely different ride. I'll have reviews. I'll have a review of that coming out, so you'll be able to see. Mick Corn. Hey, Avran, how's the snow gear from Amazon brand reviews going? I sandpaper blasted through the ass of these pants with only 20 swipes with a 60 grit sandpaper. Let's see where else. Is this one? No, maybe it was this one. Let's see. The Chamonix brand from the house. I ripped the flap with one small pull. Yeah. Oh, I obliterated those ones. Yeah. Anyways, it's going about how we'd expect it to go. That video is going to be like 20 to 30 minutes long. It's going to be a really long video for me. I've probably got another 3 to 5 hours of filming to get everything done. I still have to do the water test. So I cut a pant leg off, and what I'm going to do is cut a section of it out, put a glass with a rubber band, put water on it, and time lapse it till it goes through. I'm going to give everything about, I think a half hour is a very fair estimate for that, and then I'll speed everything up in there. But I'm working through everything. I can't believe how many people, when I was posting stuff on Instagram, would try to defend Dope Snow or any of these shit brands, but like, just the amount of people. Let's see if I can find this one from this. Where is he? Where is it? Yeah, this is like one of them. Well, Dope is cheap as brand. I mean, their stuff is cheap. I tried a pair of their pants last season just to try them. They are what's expected. Cheap stuff with about zero breathability. Don't know how to you say it in English, but at least they work fair enough for the price. I mean, about $100 for a pair of snow pants that at least looks okay. That's about it. Will not buy another pair. Technically, they are what to be expected when buying cheap ass shit. I have 2 to 3 pairs of Arc'teryx pants since way back 8 to 10 years. They are exponentially better and ever. Well, no shit, it's Arc'teryx. Just would like to know why you feel that the need to trash talk them. I mean, or suppose that most people that buy their cheap product already know that it's just cheap ass shit. Like, this is the type of stupid shit I was getting. People being like, I own a pair. Why are you talking shit on them? Like, fuck you, you fucking reject. Like, I don't need to defend you or defend myself to you. Like, that level of spunniness. Or this one. To be fair, companies like Volcom, Vizala, or Ruka were newer brands, but they were just coming out with cooler shit. Volcom ended up with the Pipeline Pro event. A company like Dope could easily and probably will put their money back into the sport. It's not a matter of cost with some of these clothes. It's the fashion. Burton Women's Snowboard Gear looks like shit you'd see at Arizona Goodwill. And I was like, Volcom's owned by Prada. Dope Snow using Alibaba Express to slap their logo on generic outerwear. But please tell me more. No response back from that dipshit motherfucker. First off, Volcom's been around for over 25 years. Kind of think they know what the fuck they're doing. These guys, all they're doing is hitting you with targeted fucking ads, slapping their goddamn logo on some shit from Alibaba Express. I could go make Angry Snowboarder outerwear tomorrow. Actually, technically, I could start tonight with the time difference. I could get a hold of China tonight. I could have samples by the end of next week. And in 2 weeks, I could be taking pre-orders. That's what I could do. Is it going to be good? No, it's going to be shit. I know it's going to be shit. I'm not fucking worried about it. I mean, yeah, some of the dumb shit that I've been dealing with, it's just like looking at some of these people trying to defend this shit. If you're trying to defend crap to me, you're not a snowboarder. You're a fucking person that snowboards. Like, go fuck yourself. You suck dicks with your butthole, you pile of shit. Ugh. Murdoch. Questions. 1. Did you review the K2 HB clickers? No, they didn't have anything in my size. Is ray gun still the way to go for advancing rider? Is pop version recommended for heavier riders? It's not recommended for heavier riders. It's a different camber profile. It's for someone that wants pop in it. I mean, if you're a heavier rider, anything mid-level that fits your size is going to be fine if you're progressing. All right, we got Tim Hunt with the super chat. Best bindings out of Union Atlas, Strata, or Malavita for Warka 53. The best matchup, honestly, for that is probably going to be the Strata. The Atlas is going to be too powerful. The Malavita is like whatever. It'll work, but I think the Strata is the best matchup. See, Wolfie. Avran, what's your opinion on Smokin's Pillow Monster? You're taking a gamble ordering a board from them at this point. Like, will it show up? Won't it show up? Is it going to be made for me? I don't know. Like, I don't think any shops carry Smokin anymore. I think he's selling direct. And, you know, like, I like Jay as a person, but as a business owner, he's fucking horrible. And he just, like, I know people here that ordered shit and it took a year and a half to get shit from him. Like, fuck that. He's just like, no, man. Like, I don't want to think about it. Till he gets his shit together, I'm never going to promote him. And I'm taking a stand with any brand that pisses me off. Fuck them. I just won't work with them. I don't care. Burton pissed me off. I don't care. There's this company, Kiney, from Australia that was like just suddenly going off on, well, if you ride a board made by a ski company, you're a fucking skier. What is this, 1987, you dipshit? They make better shit than you. Your fucking warehouse flooded, you dumbasses. Like, go fuck yourself. Either make a product that competes with them or fuck off. They've been doing it since 87. That's 30 plus years. I'd rather ride a board from K2 than some shit that was made in a factory that flooded and is probably full of kangaroo shit. Like, fuck them. All right, let's see what else we got here. Unbent crayfish. How many sandpaper swipes does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Probably more than it did to get to the center of some of these pants. Russell Brown, I'm late as form back. Need some 2023 shakas. No, you don't need any of that. You don't need that binding. That binding was ass. The boards will be back. E60, release some merch, Avran. AngrySnowboarderStore.com. There's a link in the description. You can buy stuff. It's amazing. Which actually, we're coming up on the 15th anniversary of Angry Snowboarder, so I am putting together mystery boxes again. I am slowly getting things together. Okay, we got Lost Logics with the super chat. Thanks for all the amazing info and answering both my questions, Avran. Cheers from Norway. Yeah, thanks for tuning in so late or early. I don't even know what time it is over there. Oof, there's a turn. That's rough. Okay, with the super chat. She sells seashells by the seashore. You definitely lose a turn. All right. Michael Kulig, the amount of part-timers I saw wearing dope gear last year was amazing. Called them out in the lift line, and the answer was always, it looks cool. Fucking kooks. Yeah. I remember. So this is fucking hilarious. I'm going to get on Super B at Copper. It's a six-pack. It's me and my homie, right? Random dude on rental board rolls up. He's got a fucking dope hoodie on. His pants are tucked into his boots. He's got a backpack speaker. And he's like, hey, can I get out of you? And I was like, the fuck you can't. And he's like, what? Tell me why. And I was like, you got a dope hoodie on. That means you don't give a shit about your equipment. You're on rental equipment, which means if you fall, you're going to take my knee out. You got a backpack speaker so you're basically saying everyone should pay attention to you, but yet you can't pay attention to anything around you. You fucking suck. Until you become a snowboarder and not some kook-ass motherfucker, I don't want you on the chairlift with me because I bet you're going to fucking fall. He fell getting on the chair, so they stopped it, picked his ass up and put it. It's a six-pack that slows down. You got 10 feet before it comes around and gets to you. And he fell getting off. That's the type of person that rides dope snow. The kicker, he had a Buckhouse sticker on something too. Like, the fuck? Spin again. Make sure you eat your muscle cheese. Eat your muscle cheese. Nut a tenant, you're 1 year in on your Rome party mod. Would you do it again? I'm going to ride it. I'm going to ride it again this year. I'm not replacing it. It's fine. I actually rode the 56 for the review this year just to compare the size difference. What they realistically need to do is make a 54. If they would just make a 54, I'd be the happiest man on earth. So, but yeah, no, I have no reason to not ride that. That's going to be my park board. Unbent Crayfish, super stoked on your tell us / review, debating on pulling the trigger for this season as a quick turning tree ripper. Go fucking do it. Smash the link in there so I can go get my $50 commission from that. Just kidding. That's actually a really good board. I need to pick up another one for me to replace mine because I clapped it out. So, all right. We got Jason Allbob with the super chat. Stay angry. # screw dope snow. Damn right. Like, you guys want to see a bullshit feature on the dope snow pants? And remember, Ollie slow signs. So, yeah, this is it. Back pocket, right? Nope. There's no fucking pocket. But they managed to put a flap, Velcro, tape the fucking seams that they put on it with this weird shit that's like, I swear to God, it's a 3M sticker that they adhered to the fabric. So there's no actual outside DWR coating on this shit. Like, fucking kook ass shit. Justin Martinez, live in the same town as Goodride, and every time I see his truck in the parking lot at Bachelor, I just shake my head. Hit me up, info@Angry Snowboarder with your mailing address. I will send you a stack of angry stickers to slap on everything so he has to see me. Fuck that guy. I will do that. Seriously. I will send you stickers so that he has to see me around. Like, fucking... You'd think he would have got better at doing his reviews. He's actually backslid. And the fact that he turns off comments so no one can talk to him, that just shows how little he actually cares. All that dude gives a shit about is pushing affiliate links. That's it. Every board, oh, it steers off the back foot, off the back, off the back. I am going to download like 200 of his videos and just cut the section where he says off the back foot, and I'm just going to show everyone. Like, I'll just be like, it'll be like 1, then 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64. Because I guarantee you I can do it. And I'll just be off the back, off the back, off the back. You know why it steers off the back? Because you ride with your weight on your back foot, you dipshit. Because you don't know how to lean forward into a turn and properly engage. That's great if all you did was ride POW, but clearly you don't. That shows his surfing background, because if you've ever read the about page on his website, because it's the fucking funniest shit ever, and how he came to be, that dude had no background in snowboarding or working in a shop, but he wants to act like he's a shop guy that knows what the fuck he's talking about. That guy has little dick energy just exuding everywhere. Like, I would love to do a live stream debate with you guys submitting the questions to see how bad he actually is at his knowledge. I mean, you watch his videos, he could edit out all the ums, but he doesn't. You want to know why? Because he's never worked a sales floor. He's never looked someone square in the eye. His riding ability, while it has gotten better, I will admit, and I would hope that it got better because he's riding like 100+ days a year finally, is awful. But to go back to the point on his about page, so it's something like, I had gotten shoulder surgery and I was really disappointed with the level of snowboard reviews. At the time, it was pretty much me and maybe 2 other people doing reviews. So you're saying my reviews weren't good enough for your fat ass. So you're saying I'm not good enough, which is funny because he reached out to me, I think after he'd been around for about a year or 2. And he's like, we should partner up and we should work together, blah, blah, blah. And he was acting like he was bigger than me. And I was like, no. I was like, you're competition. He's a fucking idiot, right? And so he's a fucking idiot. So anyways, this whole thing was I was injured and I just didn't like the way they were. So I decided that I was going to go do it myself. But you admitted, and in that, he admitted like he only rode like 30 days a year, if that. Like that was his best year. My worst year ever, 1996, 26 days. I've had 3 seasons on 4. 4. But that's only because one was government mandated. 4 seasons under 100 days out of 25. Out of 25 seasons. 4 of them were under 100. 2 of them for injury, 1 for a pandemic, and 1 was my first year. Like, the fuck? No. Like, seriously. My favorite is there's a video, and it's an asymmetrical board, so I don't know if it's the Yes Greats or like the GNU Headspace or something like that. It's an asymmetrical board. If you watch the review to the middle, because someone sent this to me, he realizes he put his bindings on backwards. So his heel side was his toe side and his toe side was his heel side. Now, it's an asymmetrical board. That will drastically fuck up how that whole thing's going to ride. Does he redo the review? Does he reride the product? Nope. He continued on with the fucking review. 12 minutes of him and those 2 monkeys that fuck footballs talking about shit. Like, those 2 troglodytes, where the fuck did they climb out from under? Like, the fuck? Worst reviews out there. And I've seen some shitty reviews. Like, here's my thing. The review space, I helped create it. I was like the first. I had to go talk to companies. I remember specifically Rome Snowboards, Capita Snowboards, Mervyn Manufacturing, all saying this to me one year at SIA. Well, why would we want you to do a review when we could just give stuff to a shop guy and they'll sell the product for us because online sales don't really matter. Your opinion, what makes your opinion any better? That was a direct quote from the then marketing guy at Rome. He's not there anymore. That was it. The next year, people had been emailing Rome and been like, hey, I saw Angry's review. And they were like, hey, we realized we have to work with you. That was like 15 fucking years ago when that happened. But I had to go kick the door down. And I love the fact that I see all these people doing reviews and they all use kind of a similar template that I created almost 20 years ago because I was doing reviews on snowboard.com. And I sit back and I watch this and I was like, this is my work. But when they meet me, they like to talk down to me. And I'm like, why the fuck are you talking down to me? I have more experience than all of you combined. That's the difference between me and them. Someone could ask me about a board from 2008. Chances are I probably fucking wrote it or I sold it. You know, these guys, they don't. It's not there. So I love that. And it just makes me laugh. Like I watch this shit and I'm like, competition's great because if there's competition, it forces everyone to get better. Here's the problem. My competition doesn't force me to get better. I force myself to get better. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to go do it this way. Everything has been an incremental growth for me. And there's always been a reason for why. It was out of necessity or just the way things are. I'm now at a position where I can tear apart 10 pairs of shitty pants and see how they do. The next video, just so you guys know, like this destruction thing, it started with the Amazon goggles. And now it's been like those Amazon knockoff pants. The next one I'm going to do, beginner packages from Amazon, board, boot, and binding. I'm buying like that weird knockoff no-name shit you've never heard of. And I'm going to sawzall the boots in half. And I'm going to look at them and dissect them for everyone. I'm going to pull the bindings completely apart piece by piece. I'm probably going to cut the boards in half and then down the middle as well. And just show. I'm going to ride the boards. I'm not worried about riding the boards. Bindings are questionable. Boots, I'm not fucking around with that shit. But I'm going to do that. None of those other guys are going to do that for anyone. They're not. They're too scared. And they also don't know what they're looking for. They don't have that. And so yeah. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do. But Justin Martinez, email me info at Angry Snowboarder with your mailing address. I'm gonna drop an Angry Snowboarder gift pack to you so you can slap stickers on where he can see it. I'm gonna do that because like fuck that guy. I got a lot of friends that live in Bend now too that have all moved from Colorado, which I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. All the Colorado people moving to Oregon. They're like, it's so cheap. And I was like, yeah, you just gentrified the whole place. So, yeah. Anyways. That's where I'm at. Okay. All right. We got a question here from Nick. I have a Ride War Pig and Berserker and the Nitro Pow. What am I missing? You need a true twin. You don't have a true twin in there. So that's the only thing that you're missing. All right. And we got Aaron Barella, spin to win. All right. I'll give you a spin to win. Woo! You won. Small sticker pack. So all you got to do is email me info at angrysnowboarder.com and I'll get that in the mail to you this week. Probably this weekend because it's Thursday. So, all right. All right. Okay, we got MJV14. I'm going to try using one binding for all my boards next season. Will the Union Ultra work fine for the Dynamo, a simulator, and Stalefish? It might be a little underwhelming on the Dynamo, but it will work with all three of those. I was supposed to get a pair to review. Unfortunately, they just didn't have any samples for me to do. So I talked to the local guy here. I'm going to try to grab a set of Ultras, Atlas Pros, Falcors to do reviews. I'm really curious on that Ultra because it looks like the next progression of the Strata and how that's going to actually work. So, yeah. Stuff I find interesting with the PSA. Buckhouse and Dope are the same, mentally challenged. Hey, it's not our fault that he didn't learn how to read till he was in the 5th grade. That's a fact. Jonathan Buckhouse didn't learn to read until he was in the 5th grade. And he was homeschooled. So he was homeschooled and didn't learn how to read till he was in the 5th grade. That means his mom passed him to the 5th grade. 5 years of school. But he couldn't read. Let that sink in. If he couldn't read, she probably couldn't read. And if she couldn't read, her parents probably couldn't read. My guess is his kids won't know how to read. This is why I vote in local elections that affect our school board. Because he lives here and I know he doesn't know how to read a ballot. So I have to make sure that his kids are protected. Over here fucking doing the Lord's work. Woo, spin again. Beware of frostbite. Oh, while you're on YouTube, I want to see a James Beastie. Can James Beastie carve it series and give him the fucking pocket rocket? The worst fucking snowboard I've ever ridden in my life. And I love that Corin Addison fucking still keeps trying to defend that board. Literally, the nose flexed back and hit me in the knee. Like, that board is impossible to ride without throwing your weight into it. He would send me all these shitty fucking phone clips of him riding. He's like, see, look, I can turn it. And I'm looking at it going, I was like, I wouldn't call that snowboarding. I mean, that's like you're riding a lunch tray down the hill. Fucking worst fucking snowboard I've ever fucking ridden. Fucking thing didn't have dimples in the top sheet like a bee from like any other manufacturer. I mean, there was shit that was like as long as this Sharpie that was like, it looked like gummy worms had been pressed into the top sheet and left divots because they didn't clean their fucking cassette. Clean your fucking shit, dude. You're going to sell a board for 500, 600, 700 bucks. Clean your shit and do a better product. You got a bad review from me because you gave me a bad fucking product. Okay. All right. We got a super chat from Charles. What is your first impression of WNDR Alpine's board? They started working with Nick Russell this past year to find. I have no clue who that is. It sounds like a fucking bordercross board. It's probably a Donic. I don't give a fuck. Literally don't give a fuck. I know who Nick Russell is, but yeah, what do you call it? Wonder maybe? I don't fucking pay attention. Yeah, fucking the worst. Okay, let's see. All right. Caleb Goss just picked up the Libtech Skunk Ape, a binding pair. So for the Skunk Ape, I would look at like a bent metal transfer, or you'd even bump up to like the Core Pro from them. I would probably look at like a Union Atlas, a Ride C9, maybe even an A9 if you want something like that, or a Burton Cartel just for a good old standby. So. Oh my God, a blast from the past. Jack Ripper is here to say hola. And he wants everyone to know that Satan loves you. And he wants you to drink your Zima too. Holy shit. With the $6.66 super chat. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Let's see. Okay. Netatana, thoughts rant on Gilson's Philly Rail Gym. People are fucking stupid and will go and support that shitty ass brand so that they can go get their less than fucking Jake snowboard with the Colorado Avalanche logo on it and probably like a Slayer graphic too at the same time, even though they're fucking inferior. That's another thing, dude. Oh my God, I got to read this comment to you guys. I fucking got a Gilson fanboy that decided that he wanted to. Where is it? Let's see. Did I save this one? I deleted it. Hang on. Let me find this. Okay. Let's see. That's not it. That's not it. The fuck is it? Damn it. Did I lose it? Oh, let's see. I can dig this up. But yeah, this Gilson fanboy, holy shit. This was fucking absolutely hilarious to see. Let's go down here. Where is it? Oh, man. I have to fucking dig for this one. Yeah, no, this was fucking hilarious. But the guy's account that he commented from was like, "Follow me for advice on Minecraft." And I was like, "What are you, like 10?" And then I realized that he had a second account that he had also tried to defend the same video with a similar name. And it was like, "Follow me for NFT and crypto." And I was like, oh my God, he's into crypto and Minecraft? This dude diddles kids. Like, that was, yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Because this is just too good. I'm gonna see if I can find it over here. Let's see. Comments. This was just such a funny one. Like I started laughing. Let's see. All right, yeah, here it is. This guy is a clown emoji, and the neg comments are from kids just hitting puberty. I'm a Pacific Northwest rider and have ridden basically everything. Everything. My go-to has been LibTech for a while now. Strange, from the Northwest, ride LibTech. But if you know how to ride, you will enjoy the quality and difference a Gilson board delivers. In my opinion, it's a fun board and different kind of ride that takes time to get used to. And no, you don't always need to catch an edge. I ride my Gilson quite a bit and it's more playful than my other boards. Look, it's okay to have different opinions, but when you come off so aggro with poop emojis, basically calling another design and opinion different than your shit, you have more problems in your life than a snowboard. Friends. Don't be a clown emoji and don't burn bridges. We all want the same thing. Fresh pound, good times with friends and fam. Cut the bad vibes and enjoy life. It's too short to spend your time shitting on other people's hard work. And I was like, so my response, the words quality and Gilson don't go together. Thanks for telling everyone reading this that you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. You can't turn a snowboard and your parents gave you a participation trophy for being born. This guy failed a litmus test. That's it. Like, this guy's a fucking idiot. But yeah, this was like, these are the types of people that defend Gilson. And I'm like, I've basically ridden everything. Really? Did you go look at the channel? Because I'm pretty sure there's like 500 and something reviews from like 60 different companies, maybe more. Probably ridden a lot more than you have. Used to live in the Northwest. Used to ride Stevens Pass. Probably ridden everything up there. But, you know, I love these people. They're like, I've been riding for 25 years. I've ridden everything. But you ride 5 days a year. You know, even if you rode 10 days a year, that's 250 days that you've ridden. My best season was 233 days. That's like basically a full season for me. So this is like the funniest shit. Like, I love seeing these comments from these people. Like, Gilson, you want to hear something really funny about Gilson? So they get money from oil and gas because they have a well or something on his parents' land, Nick Gilson's parents' land in Pennsylvania. So they get a kickback from that. They applied for a rural grant for creating jobs. So they claimed, I think they were going to run 3 shifts and create 16 jobs. So they got this grant. So they're playing around with taxpayer money from the state of Pennsylvania. If I lived in Pennsylvania, I'd be like, yo, I want to know where this money's going, because they got this grant from the state for this to create rural development and whatnot. And coming from a rural area in Western New York, I understand how great those grants are if they can create something outside of farming, but they don't have the capacity to make tens of thousands of boards. Like, I was watching one of their claims and they're like, we can make like 10,000 boards a month. And I'm just like, Mervyn can't make that in a month. And they have a way bigger facility. Like, it's just, I mean, they would have to be running 4 shifts. They have 2 presses. It's just physically fucking, it's not it. What they did is they hired a marketing group from New York City to go out and license snowboards. So they would make snowboards with, that's how you got Less Than Jake. That's how you got Slayer. That's how you get the Phillies and all this shit. They go and they reach out to these people. They undercut everyone else that would do it. They're probably charging like $125 a board for that, which is a pretty shit cost at that. Like, no, their shit is fucking just straight trash. Like, when everyone says, oh, they make quality stuff, and I was like, do you know what quality is? Because I think our definitions of quality are different. Like, you know, you probably think like Burger King is quality food, whereas I look at it and go, that's trash. And that's fine. I mean, you probably think Jonathan Buckhouse makes quality because he eats at Burger King, just like you. It's all trash. Like, you need to up your quality. So, but holy shit. It's just like, their stuff is just so fucking garbage, man. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what else we got here. All right, let's see. We got Jason, just picked up a Solomon dance saw. I have bent metal transfer and the Burton Cartel X. Which will be the better for the board, or should I get something else? If those are your only two options, go with the bent metal transfer. But what you want to do, order a set of the Logic drive plates, the softer drive plates from Mervin or from Bent Metal. You can order them direct. So it'll give you more play underfoot and it'll make it a little more lively. That's what I would do. And that way you can still have the transfer drive plate for when you go to a different board that you need something that's a little stiffer. But then you've also got this softer, more forgiving drive plate for your dance hall. Anyways, okay, so I've been here about 2 hours, guys. I think we're going to call it a day. You guys got some rants, you got some questions. Sunday night, 9 p.m. I'll schedule it tomorrow. We're going to do Angry Late Night, be a little different. So I'm going to take this last question because this kid just got in here from Liam Woodland. Still live. You're an absolute beast machine as a business person, creator, entrepreneur, etc. What are your secrets for keeping your motivation so high for so long? I'm a fucking idiot. I could have gone and worked for so many more companies and made so much more. No, it's all about the drive for myself. I take a lot of me time. I stare into space a lot. I question my life choices a lot. Mainly, I look around and go, there's no other job I want to fucking do. Like, if I wanted to, I just quit. But this job gives me the freedom. Like last year, I took 7.5 weeks off when I got my puppy so I could train it. I have a Belgian Malinois. Now, I don't know if anyone's familiar with that breed of dog, but it's a police dog. You know, they use them for protection, security, stuff like that. They're a very hardworking work dog. Mine is a fucking love sponge couch potato. Why? Because I over-socialized it and trained the crap out of it as a puppy. I don't worry about it doing anything. Like, there's a bunch of people here in town that all have Malinois, and it's like they've either got muzzles, they never take them around other people. I take mine to the dog park and just unleash her and just like let her run for 3 hours. She's fine. You know, she's sleeping in the other room right now. She's never destroyed anything and stuff. That's what I love about this job, is it gives me that freedom to go do that. I get to go snowboard with my friends every day, and that's cool. And I get to do stuff, and I get to do creative stuff, and I'm always looking for what I want to do creative. One of the things I would like to do, but we just financially haven't hit that point, is I want to get to the point where I can do like these weird challenges at resorts where I'll be like, I'll ask 5 people to show up and I'll be like, last person that drops their hand gets to keep the snowboard, you know, stuff like that. I want to do stuff like that. Just fun, clickbaity bullshit like that, but it gives back. I also just want to randomly have a couple stacks of boards in my car that I can just roll up on people that have haggard ass shit and be like, yo, come with me. And just give them a whole new setup and not film it, not do anything, and just be like, yeah, boom, post a little thing on Instagram and be like, yeah, I just gave this guy a board. Boom, done. There you go. You know, I want to give back. I want to give back to snowboarding. Snowboarding has given me everything that I've ever had in my life. It's the only thing that I know. But to keep my motivation, I mean, there's a lot of down days. You get a lot of that, and it happens. It's perseverance. It's longevity. It's always looking at it and going, you know, what's next? What's next? I mean, most people don't realize at one point I had inherited stock from my grandfather that he had invested, I think in like 1984 or something. When I graduated high school, it was worth like a couple $1,000s. It wasn't anything. It was supposed to go for college. I never went to college, really. So at one point, it got up to like $40,000. I cashed that shit out so I could afford to live, because I always knew that we would be at this situation where we are now. I could see the future, but I was too early to the party. Like, so, yeah. So that's the whole thing, is like, so I've always been there a little bit earlier to the party. Now to actually be in the party and being like, oh, everyone else has shown up. This is a lot different. Like, I can remember doing reviews before there was a way to make money at it online. So you were just like, and I back in the day, if you go back on angrysnowboarder.com to the website and you go back to the first reviews, there was links to like, also understanding that you're always going to doubt yourself. You're always going to question